This is the DJI Osmo Mobile 7 with the multifunctional module and the DJI Mic Mini. I'm going to give you my review after using the phone stabilizer for the last 2 weeks with sample footage and a few tips and suggestions. The stabilizer includes a clamp that magnetically attaches to the stabilizer arm, and if you get the multifunctional module, the clamp has a spot to attach the module to it. The module also has a nice little fill light that you can attach and aim at yourself for the subject, and here's a better look at the stabilizer itself. It folds down nicely so it's almost pocket-sized. Attaching the module to the phone, you'll need to use a USB-C cable, which is unfortunately a little clunky, but it adds tracking to the stabilizer even when you're not using the DJI Mimo app, as well as make it easy to pair a DJI wireless mic like the Mini that I used. The full mic kit does also include a mic receiver to attach if you buy the whole kit, and you can attach that to your device. But otherwise you can buy just a single mic that comes with one of the Osmo Mobile 7 kits. On the module, you'll see a red light when it's not tracking and a green light when it is tracking, which can be really helpful if you're on that end of the device and trying to figure out if it's tracking you or not. The Mic Mini has a clip on it so you can attach it right to the edge of a shirt, or a magnet under it so that you can put the magnet under your shirt and it'll stick onto you. Here's a peek at the basic operations with pan and tilt follow mode. The stabilizer has 4 modes, including pan and tilt follow, PTF, pan follow or PF, first person view, which is FPV, and spin shot. I filmed all of these examples with the Mimo app, which also has a number of options including video quality, follow speed, and more. This clip is a good example of me walking over some rocks, which I thought showed that it's pretty impressively stable. And then I did a brisk jog with the stabilizer, and I thought this looked great. You can see obviously the running steps, but it looks really good. I filmed using the Google Pixel 9 Pro, so keep in mind the video quality and overall look will vary depending on the phone you use, but the Mimo app will broadly create a certain look that you can expect from DJI devices. The basic kind of standard follow mode is good, but I think one of the most unique is FPV, which looks amazing and is such a unique style. It does take a little bit of work to master it though. The spin shot mode is also incredibly unique, and it's perfect for certain types of shots, but it will take you time to figure out how to use it and the timing and everything else. Testing out the following. So this is following in rear camera mode as opposed to front camera. So you basically just use your hand gesture to get it to track you. Cool feature if you vlog a lot, obviously. I'll be very curious to see the footage because right now it doesn't seem like it's super tracking me, but I'm also curious if it's too close. I'm using it just as holding a handle as opposed to putting it on a stick, which I'm curious if that would help it get a better angle on me because it's quite close. It feels close. How does it do with tracking my face? I'm moving because this is a big deal. Being able to shoot and vlog with the rear camera is very cool. Most phones, of course, do way better with the rear camera, so very interesting. The Mobile 7 has a zoom slider on the side, which I found a little tricky. I wish it worked a little better. It's a little jerky. And this is an example of the Active Track 7, where I had it track the pink flower. And subject tracking is available without the module within the DJI Mimo app. Testing to see if I can zoom in a little. I'm pretty impressed that I could film myself without seeing the screen. It really does work very, very well. Overall, this is about as good as a phone stabilizer gets. The footage looks great. It feels like it flows and looks more cinematic than anything you can get holding your phone, and the modes give you versatility to get the style you want. As a travel vlogger and a traveler who just wants footage from my trips to watch at home, I love the whole package, and it's small enough that it packs away into a small bag. Considering the price difference, I would actually recommend the Mobile 7P over this base model, only because it actually comes with a control knob that is on the side instead of the slider, and that lets you control either zoom or you can use it to control your focus or the dimmer on the light. And that's a really big upgrade considering it's only a few bucks more. I have to say that the microphone is one of the best upgrades with this package to me. I'm having a little trouble with the rear camera, just not knowing which way things are pointing and trying to figure out, like, is it working well? But it is a cool feature to be able to shoot with the rear camera and get that quality of it, because my phone has a pretty good front-facing camera, but not all of them are made the same. I'm very curious how you'll hear me because someone was yelling in the background while I was talking. So I'm very curious to know, did the microphone work? Did it pick up any of that yelling, or was it just me? But anyway, very, very cool package. I shoot a lot with my phone, so I think the idea of being able to use my phone but actually get the stabilized content of it, really well stabilized, is pretty cool. I shot this using the phone in a low slung mode, so instead of holding the whole stabilizer upright, I held it upside down so the phone was close to the ground, and I think it creates a really striking look, and the stabilizer handled it perfectly. The Osmo Mobile 7 retails for $89 US and $149 for the Mobile 7P. The Mic Mini transmitter is $204 if you buy that package. You can buy the Mic Mini separately on its own for $169 with 2 mics. Overall, I'd really recommend the stabilizer, whether you're going to get the 7 or the 7P. I think it's a great package. If you're looking to shoot with your phone, whether it's travel events or any type of content creation, it's a solid package. Just for comparison against the DJI Mimo app, I also shot some footage with the phone using the regular camera app. And it's really interesting. I turned off stabilization, which I think is the problem here. It's actually creating a bit of a stuttery kind of shaky effect that doesn't really work, obviously. I'd be curious to do this test again with stabilization on. I was just trying to see what the quality difference would be, especially with width. Obviously, you're going to lose a little bit of width on the side if you have stabilization on, but it's a cool test. Very interesting. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. Let me know if you have any questions or comments or thoughts in the comment section. I would be happy to answer any questions you have.